Texans general manager meeting with reporters yesterday at a golf tournament down in Houston. They have a strange situation at quarterback. You've got Deshaun Watson, and Deshaun Watson, I say at the earliest he shows up just before training camp, anticipating that he would be placed on the commissioner exempt list and paid for the year to not play for the Texans. Either way, the idea of him wearing a Texans helmet, I think, is slim at this point. Then they've got Tyrod Taylor, who they signed as a free agent for about, $10-12 million for this year. He's the de facto starter for now. Then they trade for Ryan Finley, the guy who came in and beat the Steelers on Monday night last year, showed some flashes of ability. He adds to the depth chart, and then they use a third-round pick on Davis Mills, the quarterback out of Stanford, the guy that was the betting favorite to be the 6th quarterback taken. He ends up being the 8th quarterback taken in the draft after Kyle Trask, then Kellen Mond, and obviously the first 5. And regarded by Coach David Culley as the steal of the draft. So they've got 4 guys. You know, they say if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any. I don't know what it means when you have 4, but they're going to have options, and they're going to have to figure out, as Caserio said, through this process, which guy is going to be. We can take Watson off the table, even though he's on the roster, but between Taylor and Finley and Mills, one of those guys is going to be the starter week 1.
Yeah.
And at this point, I don't think they know. I don't think anyone else knows.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would bet on Tyrod Taylor. With the amount of money they gave him, he's the only one with, real experience. You're right, Finley, had a moment last year, showed some, progress. It was a little rough for him the year before that when he played. Davis Mills, see, the good thing is with a guy like Davis Mills here, so they could start Tyrod Taylor, and now you have Finley, who, yes, we've shown that can be a little bit of a backup and win you a game if you need be, but I think that's also what Davis Mills is, let alone maybe something for the future. Maybe that guy, but Davis Mills was one of the most, if not the most, he was really probably only behind Mac Jones as probably being polished, NFL reads in the pocket, really playing the position to the true pocket form type of guy. That's what he is, Davis Mills. And because of that, he's a little bit maybe more mature than some of the, other rookie quarterbacks. I mean, on the field and what he's experienced and all that, to where I think he can, run a pro offense and not have a huge learning curve here, early on in his career because of what he did in Stanford. So it's like a double whammy with that pick. Maybe we got a starter for the future in Davis Mills. I don't think he's that. I'll say that. I think he's a really awesome high-end backup quarterback for the most of his career, but hopefully he proves me wrong. But at the very least, yeah, you take a shot in the dark that could be the future, and, hey, he's a polished rookie who can we can win games and make do if Tyrod did get hurt early in the year and we got to throw somebody in there.
We need to talk to the folks at PointsBet about the over-under as to when Tyrod Taylor is not available to play due to whatever reason, injury, Dr. Needle, whatever the case may be. We've seen this movie with Tyrod Taylor.
Seriously.
He's the starter. There's a rookie. At some point, he yields to the rookie. Now, it's not as preordained this year as it was in 2018 when he was with the Browns and it was Baker Mayfield, or last year when he was with the Chargers and it was Justin Herbert, even though Anthony Lynn, coach of the Chargers at the time, was saying to anyone who would listen, Justin Herbert's not playing. Justin Herbert's not playing. Justin Herbert's not playing. Enter Dr. Needle, and there goes Tyrod Taylor again. So I agree with you. He'll probably start the season. I just wonder if by Halloween he'll still be the quarterback for the Houston Texans. Another thing on Mills. Another thing on Mills. And this was the question that was posed to Caserio yesterday. Stanford head coach David Shaw said that Davis Mills is one of the steals of the draft. What do you think about that? Said Caserio, I'm not a draft expert. I have a lot of respect for David Shaw, so you can talk to David about what he thinks. We're just glad that we have players that we have in the building. A general manager is a draft expert. I guess he was probably trying to be funny or deflect it, but I'd like to think most fans would look at the 32 general managers in the NFL and say, there's the draft experts who have skin in the game.
Yeah.
None of the other ones, all the other ones are just talk. You better be a draft expert if you're going to be putting in the picks for an NFL team.
Well, I'll say it for him. He is a draft expert. He is. He classifies as that. But, that's a tricky thing to say. If you're a GM and you say, oh, well, I'm a draft expert too, the first time you mess up on a draft pick, everyone's, oh, this idiot, oh, let's start a meme on him. He said he's a draft expert. He picked this guy. So it is like in this era right now, it's hard to say stuff like that at times, and he's probably talking about like it really what I took it more though, if anything, is just like he's not a draft expert as far as the history of the draft and who's the biggest steal ever. I really don't know. But either way,
well,
hey, there was people on both sides of the fence with Davis Mills, and obviously the Texans really believe in him.
The fact that they put his name on the card, and it happened quickly when it went Kyle Trask and then Kellen Mond,
right.
And then boom, you've got Davis Mills. I think they realized if we're going to jump, we better jump now. And look, to the extent that Mills was favored to go before Trask and Mond, hey, the Texans may have been one of those teams that regarded Mills as better, and that they view it as a gift that Mills slipped through the cracks to them, and now they can start to build something for the future, a future that undoubtedly will not include Deshaun Watson being on the field. However his situation works out, it continues to be incredibly quiet. We are a couple of weeks into this period of the lawyers saying not a word after this nonstop rapid fire, pointing fingers, social media, press releases, public statements. It tells me something's going on aimed at trying to resolve. That's the only explanation at this point. They're trying to resolve these cases so Deshaun Watson can continue his football career and still be potentially traded to someone before training camp opens.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.